Radhe Radhe, welcome to our Bhagavad Gita recitation recap video covering content from today's class, which was Saturday, 20th January 2024. Along with me for this discussion is Mummy.
Radhe Radhe.
Bringing up the screen, you're going to see that we covered today chapter 10, verses 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. We'll first hear a full rendition of these 5 verses, then learn some important Sanskrit vocabulary, then a little bit of explanation, and then one more round of the recitation. So, chapter 10, verses 11 through 15.
Tesham evanukampartham aham ajnanajam tamaha nashayam yatma bhavastho jnanadipena bhasvata. Arjuna uvacha param brahma param dhama pavitram paramam bhavan purusham shashvatam divyam adidevam ajam vibhum ahustvam rishaya sarve devarshi naradastatha asito devalo vyasaha swayam chaiva bravishime sarvam etadhritam manye yanmam vadasi keshava nahi te bhagvan vyaktim vidur devana danavaha swayam evatmanatmanam vetatvam purushottama bhuta bhavana bhutesha deva deva jagatpate. So we'll talk about one word, Sanskrit word from each verse. From verse 11, let's look at the word Anukampa Artham. Anukampa Artham means out of compassion. Shri Krishna is giving wisdom to Arjun out of compassion. Verse number 12, this word we would have heard very often, but it is very important. That is Shashvatam. Shashvatam means the eternal knowledge, or something that has been there from ever and ever. Verse number 13, let's look at the word Bravishi. Bravishi, that means you are declaring. Krishna is declaring. Verse number 14, the word is Vyaktim. Vyaktim means the personality. Here they are talking about Krishna's personality. And verse number 15, there are many words which all mean the same, and from that I have chosen the word Bhut Bhavan. Bhut Bhavan means Krishna. He is the creator of all beings. And similarly, Bhutesh, Dev Dev, Jagatpate, they all mean the same in different ways. Over to you, Gagan.
Thank you, Mummy. Next up, let's quickly just learn a little bit about each of these verses. So chapter 10, verse 11, the catchphrase here is ledge's lamp. The ledge here, as we learned in class, a little pun or play on words, is actually referring to knowledge. So the lamp of knowledge is through which Sri Krishna eliminates the darkness that exists within us, the darkness of ignorance. And he says he does that as he dwells in our hearts. So he removes that darkness with the lamp of knowledge dwelling in our hearts. The point is that for us, we need to receive Sri Krishna's grace. And when that grace happens, the ignorance goes away, darkness is replaced with light. It happens through the transcendence to the Shuddha Sattva state we've mentioned before, beyond the three gunas, and that makes our senses, mind, and intellect divine. And with that, we can see God, hear God, know God, and be united with God. As we showed in class, just to connect it to the flyer, Sri Krishna here dwelling in our hearts, but also the question to ponder upon, the play on words, which ledge might you find Sri Krishna dwelling or his lamp dwelling upon? Now we know that the ledge is actually knowledge, the lamp of knowledge. The lamp dwells upon knowledge. We likewise also spend our time dwelling upon knowledge. Chapter 10, verse 12 and 13, they go hand in hand. Chapter 10, verse 12 has the catchphrase supreme superlatives. We saw a lot of the different compliments Arjun gives to Sri Krishna. And in chapter 10, verse 13, Arjun ends with a profound proclamation. So here, Sri Krishna's personal form is the supreme cause of all causes. Arjun has deciphered that, he's heard it, and then he's actually convinced of Sri Krishna's supreme position. And he also quotes various sages who have declared that before Arjun himself says it. Chapter 10, verse 14, the catchphrase here is all accepting, because Arjun continues to be convinced that whatever Sri Krishna has told him is the absolute truth. Arjun wants to, in fact, assure Sri Krishna that he is certainly convinced of that. And he does that because Arjun wants to hear more about Sri Krishna's glories. And so he also addresses Sri Krishna here as Bhagavan, where eventually you'll learn it's to refer to God, Sri Krishna, with several forms and infinite opulences. So that is chapter 10, verse 14, finally leading into chapter 10, verse 15, where the catchphrase is somewhat of a question and an answer as well. Krishna's knower. We learn in this verse that Krishna is the only one, Sri Krishna, who knows himself. Arjun says that. And of course, Krishna is the knower of Krishna, but we as individual souls hope to also know God. And that can happen only through the grace of God. When that grace happens, Arjun here is referring to Sri Krishna in so many different ways, the Lord of the universe, the God of gods. So when Sri Krishna graces an individual soul, then the senses, mind, and intellect, which are otherwise, far from where God is beyond our reach. When they become divine, then we're able to know God. And that's going to happen through God realization, but only with Sri Krishna's grace. Till then, Krishna is the knower. So that is chapter 10, verses 11 through 15. We'll hear a rendition one more time.
So now, when I go again for this round, I just want to make one point clear that everybody do pay more attention to the pronunciation of sh, that shatkon sh, where we have to roll the tongue, and the another sh, shalgam sh. As we see in verse 11, in the first pada, tesha, sha, that is shatkon sh. And in the second pada, nashyam, sh, normal sh, shalgam sh. So similarly, you can notice in Devanagari, shatkon sh, how that is written, and shalgam sh, how that is written. In English transliteration, you see the difference. Shatkon sh has a dot underneath S together with H. And the Shalgam Sh has a superscript that is called, what is it called, Gagan?
The accent or the diacritical?
Yeah, the accent on S along with H. So that is how you make the difference between Sh and Sh. So we'll go ahead with the rendition. तेषाम् एवानुकम्पार्थम् अहम् अज्ञानजं तमः नाशयाम्यात्मभावस्थो ज्ञानदीपेन भास्वता. अर्जुन उवाच Param Brahma Param Dhama Pavitram Paramam Bhavan Purusham Shashvatam Divyam Adidevam Ajam Vibhum Ahustvam Rishaya Sarve Devarshir Naradastatha Asito Devalo Vyasaha Swayam Chaiva Bravishime Sarvam Etad Ritam Manye Yanmam Vadasi Keshava Nahi te Bhagwan Vyaktim Vidur Devana Danavaha Swayam evatmanatmanam Vetatvam Purushottama Bhuta Bhavana Bhutesha Deva Deva Jagatpate. Over to you, Gagan.
Thank you, Mommy. So yeah, that was a recap video for chapter 10, verses 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. We hope you can use that material for your regular practice. And again, as a reminder, throughout the weekend and the upcoming days, we hope you're getting a chance to work on the Get Closer to God campaign, be a part of those various activities, uplift each of ourselves individually. And of course, in about a day, day and a half, the Pran Pratishtha inauguration ceremony at the Ram Mandir temple. Lots going on, lots of devotional opportunities for each of us to get closer to God, to bridge the gap between where we are versus where we would like to be. We'll see you next week, same time, same place, Saturday, 27th January 2024, 8 a.m. Central Time in North America, 11 a.m. Central Time in North America, 10:30 p.m. in India. Thank you. Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe.